So, good evening everybody. How nice to be here again. Just checking I'm going out online. Yep, there I am. Is my voice coming over? Yes, it is. So, hello, the tree. It's that time of year again. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, here we go. Funny, isn't it, at Christmas? It tends to sneak up on us a bit. We know it's coming, we know it's on its way, and then suddenly, all chaos breaks loose. Okay, minimalist. Yeah, it's a great joy to go down the shopping centre today. And already the fervid panic is setting in with people. And excitement that tends to boil over into people wandering around in groups of about 6, standing 10 abreast and pushing everybody out of the way, really. I'm getting too old for Christmas. But still, here we are. What a wonderful time. What a wonderful time of the year. We've even had some Christmas snow down here in sunny Dorset, along with everybody else. Of course, all the shops sold out of milk and all the bread disappeared. And then 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so had the sun, and so had the snow. So, yeah, funny day. But, it's got that time of year, isn't it? It's this time of year now we start to think. We withdraw a little bit. I'm very fond of certain aspects of shamanism. And I do like this adherence to the seasons. Because I swear I've got the genes of a bear. Because all I want to do is go to bed. But yeah, we've just got that time of year. Sorry, just getting it all full screen. So I can see what's going on. I'm not using the usual system tonight. So we're streaming it live like we would do a service. So if we get any comments, anybody want to say hello, please do. I'll keep going back and having a little check. But yeah, we just tend to want to stock is probably a good phrase, isn't it? Take stock of things. I mean, there's a lot going on this year. And again, it's all change. And we're funny old things, aren't we? We don't like our change, we like our routine. But the only thing that is inevitable is change. It's how we respond to that. And now I'm drifting off into last week's Lyceum here. Don't worry, I'll pick up the feet in a minute. But yeah, we have the thoughts of a new year ahead of us. Now, unfortunately, we have a lot of worry about what's to come in the last 4 years has been something else. Remember Christmas of 2020? What do we have? We have all sorts going on, don't we? I'm trying to remember. Oh yes, we've just gone past. What was it? The different areas. Remember that? The zones. You're in zone high, medium, or low risk zone. And zone 1 couldn't mix with zone 2, but zone 3 could mix with zone 1. God, it just got ridiculous. Because I remember here in Poole, those of you who don't know the geography of Poole, we've got Poole town, and then we've got the outlying areas like Upton, Hamworthy, all different places, and they were all different numbers. The people from Hamworthy couldn't come to Poole, but people from Poole could go to Upton, but to get to Upton you have to go through Hamworthy. So that was a blast. Yeah, the last 4 years really have, and this has made it obviously very bit nervy about what's coming up. A little bit nervous, a little bit worried. And I think actually, at the moment, there's good concern. Ooh, hello. To have some worry going on. You know, the state of our world, the ongoing, over 1,000 days now since the invasion took place, and the very worrying sabre rattling that we're seeing at the moment. So, what do we, as spiritualists, make of all this? That's a good question. Answers on a postcard, please. But yeah, what do we make of all this? I mean, we've seen it before. There's always been conflict going on in our world. There's always been strife and trouble. Nothing new. Nothing new. The energies, as I say, don't change. When you go down to the basics of everything, they really don't change. But no, Mr. Jacobs, I haven't forgotten the fairy. Very nice. Try and put on a wholesome programme. Helen, good morning. What are you doing up at 6:10 in the morning? Yeah. You know, the players all change, the nations change, the leaders change. It all comes down to same old, same old. And people say, well, why don't we learn? Well, I think the truth is, we've all got the ability to learn. I think a lot of the time we choose not to. As I say, the current situation is very disturbing, what's going on. And God forbid, if anything more were to happen to escalate it, we really don't know how people in this country will react. I get the distinct feeling it won't be pretty. But again, bring it back to spirit. You know, I sat the other night with all my chums upstairs, and I voiced my concerns. I said, you know, I'm worried. You know I'm worried about this, but I'm going to tell you. I'm worried about all this. And he just said, well, the spirit never dies. Which I get totally. So, interesting. Anyway, let's cheer up a bit. What have we got to look forward to? I'm going to do a bit of merciless plugging, just for a short time. I'm sure you'll indulge me. We've got busy December. Next week we've got our Christmas market. So we've got a wine stall and thank you, Olive. Try a little snifter or something, Helen. Yeah, so we've got our Christmas market. Lovely Mark Stone takes up all the back room there. He's greedy. No, he's not. We love Mark. In the church here we've got wines, gin, Dorset Ginger Company. Lovely lady makes cakes. So she's front of the queue. I'll be waiting for her from 8 o'clock in the morning. Hurry up! What else? Got tombola, table for our wonderful friends over the road at the garden centre. Giving them a table. Yeah, they're good neighbours, we get on well. So why not? Something else as well, I can't remember what it is. Never mind. I'm going to have the cafe on the go. Got a lovely menu, homemade lentil soup. That's it, soup. I've got more than that. Oh yeah, chickpea masala, sausage roll, vegan sausage roll. Got chocolate gatto. Individual trifles, hot chocolate, all the seasonal bits that you do. And so it's a good day to socialise. Mark will be here on the Sunday as well, with his wares from 10 till 4, short break for the service, 11 till 12, where we have Emma Evans on her first visit to us at Poole, and she'll be taking private sittings after the service. So lots going on there. And then going more into Christmas. Sorry about the rattly. We've got our Christmas Eve service. That's obviously on Christmas Eve. Funny that. It's at 5 o'clock. And that'll be shared online. So, yeah, go get down there, join in online, that'll be good. Christmas Day, the board is filling up so well. Thank you so much. Everybody who's giving for that. We've had some wonderful donations come in from near and far, not just the UK, which is brilliant, isn't it? I think that's brilliant. So Christmas Day we have that, and then on Saturday 28th we've got an evening of mediumship with the lovely Mark Stone and myself, and New Year's Eve we have our gong bath, the lovely Scania. Told me the other day that the first session was already sold out, so we're looking at probably having 3 sessions like we did last year. So how wonderful. And then we're going to have a little break until about the 7th, I think it is, of January. Give me a chance to catch up on the washing up from Christmas. So yeah, little plug there for Christmas time. Again, let's go back to the Lyceum. You know, I started doing these Lyceums back in 2020. Just seemed like a good idea. And actually, we really have grown. It's wonderful to see the comments, not just on social media, but on good old YouTube as well. I've picked up quite a following there. And yeah, people are enjoying listening to, I mean, we've had some brilliant guests, which is awesome. And great topics of conversation, just general talk. So that's something we've been lacking in our movement. But, there's always a but, isn't there? But, before 2020, there was quite a few churches were trying different things to get people in to talk. And for some reason it never really took off. One of our local churches, they used to do a night, and it would be almost like a mini service. So you'd have a bit of philosophy, a bit of a talk, Q&As, which was great, I used to love doing them, and then followed by a short dem. Because of course, everything in spiritualism, you've also got to demonstrate mediumship all the time. You know, we're going to have a coffee morning. We've got 6 mediums here to do readings. Thank you, Jan. Yes. I'm really looking forward to the 1st of January when I can think, nothing for 6 days. Yeah. Getting people involved and engrossed in spiritualism. Stop talking, you probably can't hear me really. Right, that can stay there. Make your feet, that's not coming out. It's never really taken off as much as it has the last few years. Well, of course, we saw the advent of spiritualism moving to the online side of things. I'm not talking the messages and the dems, talking all sorts of things. And cool, that's got to generate an interest. And then when you generate an interest, you are going to create the right environment for people to ask things, to know things. And it's tapping into that energy There's some absolutely wonderful, wonderful people taking a lot of interest in our movement. Not just in the UK, but abroad too. And it's a good energy. It is a good energy because there's an enthusiasm there. And that's what we need. We need that enthusiasm back. You know, and I've said this before, I've said a lot of things before. I've said this before, but do you know what? Spiritualism is so much more than, you know, I've got your mother here. That's an important part of it. Don't get me wrong. That is and always will be a very important part of our movement. But what then? You know, we seem to have evolved over quite some period of time now into, oh, that was a wonderful message, I'll come back next week and see if I get a better one. Or I won't go this week because I don't like that medium because he never comes to me. And it's quite sad. It's quite sad, and it's quite worrying as well, because a bit like a diet. If you keep having the same dish every day, sooner or later you get so bored of it that you're going to stop eating it. Now I know there are a lot of churches, centres up and down the land. Now let me get this in context. There's a lot of churches and centres up and down the land that are doing well. Right, to come in on the negative side. We seem to want to bash things, don't we, nowadays? So there's a lot of places doing really well. Equally, there's an awful lot of places that are really, really struggling. Very low attendances. You know, as a working medium, you see this when you go out. You may get the big attendances for the names, but I'll be honest with you, I've been to several theatres and paid out good money to see what is basically just accomplished mediumship, which you can see on our platforms. Now, I know going into this is going to open up a can of worms, and remember, I should always try and keep a balance to things, because I think balance is one of our biggest failings. I know people are going to say the things about, you know, people are going out and they're going out too soon and things like that. Yes, there is a problem with that. So I'm going to break these down. Yes, that does happen. Firstly though, when people say, oh, they're out too soon, from what stance are you saying that? Because unless you are actually a working medium, it's very easy to sit there and go, oh, they're out too soon. But if they don't go out, where are they going to get the experience? Because 90% of platform mediums' work is built up from the experience of working on platforms. So you're never going to go out there For many developing mediums, please listen very carefully to this. You're never going to go out there and be wow. Alright? I see it time and time and time and time again. And those who have sat in circle with me know this is one of my favourite things. Where people want the perfect message from the word go. Now there is nothing wrong with pushing and wanting things. I don't think that's wrong. I asked the other world a little while back, and so why do we not see the standard of mediumship that we used to see on the platforms years ago? And the answer came back, we haven't changed. It really annoys me when they say things like that. Doesn't. I love it. Please keep on talking to me. But I thought, I get that. I get that. And as a working medium, I am guilty of that. You know, we get a little something, a yes, and go, yeah, nailed it, next. But everything, every little thing the other world give us, there's a story. Now, again, people who sat in my development groups are going, oh God, here he goes. But it is, everything has got this story to it. And if we keep working with the other world intelligently and for the right reasons, you know, all this stuff, excuse me, all these things are available. I'm not blowing my trumpet, just as a case in point. I was thinking recently, you know what, quite often, can't see the tree anymore, quite often we have somebody come through and we know it's a cancer condition, let's look them over. Yeah, fine. And then you move on. Well, I was thinking about what the other world said and about how they haven't changed. And I thought, okay, so now, get somebody through and they've got a cancer condition, took them over, what sort of cancer? Because again, all that information is there. But we got, I don't think it's lazy, I think we chickened out. We chicken out sometimes on our messages. Died of cancer, yes. Hey, got it right, great. No, that's only part of the story. Come on, where's the rest of it? So, we still want to stay together. They don't want to be parted, so we'll put them there. Yeah, the only ones that are holding back the mediumship at this time is us. Now, this also leads on to another very interesting area, one I'm very passionate about, and that's about the development of the mediums. This is something that's been neglected, and people can say what they like, I really don't mind, but in all honesty, a lot of the issues we're seeing with our platforms is because the mediums, and I mean the evidential mediums, we've got all the mechanics. Yeah, we know how to construct a message, know what to look for. We know the things to say and to not say, hopefully. So they have all these things, but the understanding. You know what? I don't do many private sittings. And I was contacted. Now again, when I say things, it's because it's my experience. It's not me going, oh, look at me, am I good? Seriously, because that is the last thing I'm like. Yeah, so I got a contact, do a private sitting. Usual thing, half an hour before they were due to come, I thought, why did I say yes to this? What am I doing? What's the matter with me? Is it too late to phone up and cancel? And I thought, no. I said, you do it, get on, do it. Put big boy pants on and get on. And do you know what? It was a pure privilege to have done that sitting. I'm not going to go into details because it's a private sitting, but the evidence, what was said, the emotion, the closure for the sitter really rammed that home again to me, just underlined that, you know, we don't know what we do when we're working with the other world. We don't know the effect on the sitter. But we need, as evidential mediums, to understand this is a very divine thing. This underscores the knowledge and the understanding of the existence of God. It all comes back to that. And I don't know if any of you have seen it. I did share it to a couple of unwilling people today. There was this meme going around, and you heard the words, this person, just a wrong one, seriously a wrong one. And they were going to do a private sitting online. And without going into details, it was just horribly wrong. Everything went really, really badly. And it ended up, it was a slangy match actually, so that was fun. But right at the end, the medium said these immortal lines, I am a natural medium. And you know what, when I hear that, I go, okay. Number one, could you tell me what an unnatural medium is? If you're a natural medium, that must mean there's unnatural mediums, surely. Anyway, but again, it's brought about by people with little or no comprehension about what we do. It's brought about by people who use mediumship or psychism under the guise of mediumship, whatever, or just generic twaddle. And the people that listen to this thing, you know, we always complain about how the press portray us. But the thing is, if we didn't behave in this way, then we wouldn't get portrayed like that. I know it's really hard for the genuine ones out there, the hard-working, diligent mediums. Unfortunately, it's true. You know, we have so much nonsense going on. And again, root cause, root problem with this is, you know, if you want to be a medium, the first question is why? Why do you want to be a medium? And that should be a very telling answer. That should really open up conversation and thought. Because it is wonderful. What we do is nothing short of a miracle. And we do it day in, day out, week in, week out, year in, year out. Do we stop and consider that miracle? Do we take that time out to truly appreciate, you know, the majesty and the marvel of everything that we're doing? I don't think we do at times. I don't think we do. But I think we need to just take these times, these pauses, to take that on board and really hone it home, really get to grips with it. As I always say to people, you know, your mediumship is going to change you. And if it doesn't change you, then there's something isn't gelling. Because it should be changing for us. Of course it should be. You know, us mediums, we're the absolute worst. We really are. It's all about everybody else. Everything we do is to benefit everybody else and never ourselves. Why is that then? What's going on there then? Yeah? Why do we do that? We really should take that in and go away with it. You know, really go in deep to it. Take that time out of your schedule. Really contemplate where you are, what you're doing, why you're doing it, how you're doing it, and is it really, really working? Two seconds. Oh dear. I know this is going out, but it's just being very irritating. Logging in, come along. Oh, I'll catch up with your comments in a minute. I have more of those. What have I done with them? There they go. Yeah, so again, 2025 is going to be a big factor in all the education here at Poole on many, many different levels. It's going to be about the development of the medium and all its facets. Because again, when I talk of mediumship, I'm talking healing, I'm talking evidential, I'm talking philosophical. All these three combine to make up your mediumship. And if you leave one out, it's going to be at the detriment of the other two. And you can argue that one till the cows come home. How can it? If something is made up of three parts, and you take one part away, see where I'm going? So yeah, as I say, next year a lot of the work is focus on the development of the medium. This is just going horribly wrong here, so let's try this again. Bear with me, everybody. Shed. Sorry about the pause. Right, I've got 17 comments, but I can't see them. Very annoying. Right, back into the throw. Yes, so where was I? I was saying about 2025 and the need. There is this need to expand the mediums themselves, not just the ability to make a connection, not just the ability to maybe draw or paint or whatever, however it comes through, but actually to include the medium into this progressive learning, this progressive understanding. The more we work with things, the more questions should come up. And the more questions that come up, the more time, the more this is so annoying. Yeah, we have got to. Well, we haven't got to. We haven't got to do anything. But we're really missing out on something wonderful if we don't. You know, you imagine all these mediums out there evolving as they should do. So that's what it's about, the evolution of the soul. And you're going to see a little bit more of Lawrence than you should at the moment. So yes, so come back to spiritualism. There's my thoughts. And I'm allowed my thoughts. My thoughts on some of the current things, some of the things where I can see potential for improvement of potential. Such a good word. Should have that potential for improvement all the time. Ah, that's better. I can see you all now. Wonderful. Sorry about that. There we go. Thank you very much. Yeah. So that is the outline of 2025 from Paul. We've got some wonderful opportunities coming up. There is an online list of everybody that's here next year. And not just here. We have a wonderful weekend in York as well. With wonderful, and she is wonderful, Daniela. If she's watching, she'll cringe. Also with Mark Stone and myself, 5 days in a lovely place outside of York, all inclusive, not bar obviously, not that sort of week. But yeah, there's lots of opportunities there. You may have noticed I do try and support those who are really putting work in Now, I say that about putting the work in. Oh, hello. Hello. Without drawing me online, somebody's just drawn me from the other world over there. Welcome. Yeah, because a medium will never develop unless they start getting out there and working. So they'll have the basics there. But every time the two ladies that I've been looking after of late have had a few very valuable lessons, which can only come about by going out and working. So, you know, when you see fledglings, I don't like that term, sounds horrible. When you see the new people coming out and starting to work, don't be too hard on them. You know, just think, first day in your new job once, were you brilliant? Did you do it all without thinking about it? So yeah, support them. Because we need good, well-rounded, balanced mediums to go forward with. You know, whenever you come online and talk, a lot of the time, please, I'm not being disrespectful here, a lot of the time it's like banging on about the pioneers. Yes, they did do a wonderful job. Yes, their standards were amazing. Yes, they really forged a path for us. But we're not there anymore. We're here. You know, and we've got to be looking for the pioneers of today. We've got the pioneers of today in a way. If you think about it, all those brave souls that went online with their mediumship, which just felt totally wrong. When I was asked to do it, I'm like, ooh, that's not going to work. And then I was like, ooh, it does. You know, why do they make these things so damn difficult? So yeah, we've got today's pioneers. All those people going out there online, trying things. We've got pioneers too in the way our churches. Yes, Helen, I do need a belt. Who are trying new things in their churches and centres and meetings. You know, and go, oh, okay, yeah, the message is great, yeah, the communication is wonderful, brilliant, but that's not the be-all and end-all. That is not the sole message of the other world. I often wonder why the other world bother, for want of a better word. Why bother? I obviously have a lot more patience than I ever will. Why do they bother? Week in, week out, coming through, working through the medium. You know, it must be an awful lot of work for them. But they do it. Week in, week out, day in, day out, up and down the land, in online, in person, wherever. And keep, you know, bringing that same messages through. Bringing that truth that we don't die. And again, there's another one. I've sat with my team and gone, why? Do you never get to the point of just saying, oh, I'm knocking my head against a brick wall here. I'm not coming back to this one because they never listen. And again, wonderful little one-liners. You do it out of love. I'm like, all right. I know you're right. Shut up. Have you ever thought that one day you might come back as a guide? It's a scary thought. Scary thought for me, and it's a scary thought for the poor bugger who I ended up being a guide for, actually. It was a scary thought. As I say, you know, the spirit comes through time again. There's never that break. There's never that giving up hope or any form of reluctance. Oh, there's a thought. Somebody say in my ear, we can't waste time because we have no time. Oh, that's a double-edged sword. Oh. Oh, what are you saying there? Okay. But yeah, you know, this evidence is always there, eternally. As I say, you do see it. Some people, you know, will go in week in, week out, week in, week out, and just not moving, just not progressing. Very active tonight. Somebody just said, and why is that your concern? Right. Welcome everybody to Lawrence is Getting a Rollicking from the Other World. Love it. Why is that any concern? Yeah, you're right, it's not my concern. So, shut up. Well, that discussion's ended. Right, well, that's fine. Eve. I know, Belinda, I do apologise. I didn't know we could become a guide on the other side. Yeah, why not? Why not? I believe our interpretation of the other world, when we get over there, I'm going to go, oh, I didn't realise it was like that. Yeah, why can't we come back as a guide or a helper, an assistant? I'd love that. I'll work with animals. You know what? Very, very difficult. I look away from the television and all these adverts again asking for money for animals because of the way we're treating them. And it just breaks my heart, it really does. And I was sat there the other night and I thought, yeah, that's where I want to be. When I come back, I'm going to be doing something with animals because it's wrong. But then extend out that thought. It's the same what we do to ourselves, isn't it? You know, you see the kids in the war-torn areas. Instead of getting angry about it, instead of trying to incentivise us to make our voices heard, all we're doing is saying, can you dig deeper in your pocket this year? Because we need more money. And you just think, how damn wrong is that? I know this world is a learning world. I know this is a realm where the conditions will teach us lessons only this realm can teach us. Really? Really, really? Can we not do better than this? Of course we can. We've got to want to. Being on one of my little chats the other day, this was quite disturbing. And they were talking about sleepwalking into disaster. I'm not going to go too deep on that one because it is very upsetting. But it's true, isn't it? We do tend to sleepwalk into things. And then when it's too late go, oh, why didn't somebody do anything? This should never have happened. People who could stop it. People saying, oh, why didn't somebody do anything? This should never have happened. You know, we have a voice. We have actions. It's up to us. Because nobody's going to waltz in, stop it all magically for us. Because what would we have learned? Nothing! Oh dear. Cheer up, Lawrence. It's Christmas, for God's sake. Anyway. Anyway. What else is going on? Thank you to the brave souls that are keeping on watching. Alright, you don't want to go up then. That's fine. But it's fascinating. The more you work with the other world, because the way we all work is totally unique. So, things, my conversations are going to be different to your conversations. But being able to converse like this isn't special. It's not a gift. I'm not saying this to people. It's not a gift. Using our natural mediumistic abilities, which is open to everybody. It's open to us all. But like all things, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes patience, it takes courage. It takes a lot of things. It doesn't just fall out of the air into your lap. You really have to work at these things. You really have to be in that mindset of, oh, if I take one step forward and two steps back, that's fine. Oh, hands up in the air. That's it, it's not working. I'm not doing it anymore. You ask any medium if they've ever said that, and the honest ones will go, oh yes, lots of times. It's all part of our learning. Yeah, we're going to get frustrated, yeah, we're going to get angry. Goodness me. Some of the things I've said to my team after having a particularly bad bad experience with somebody. invariably they come back and say, oh, your own fault. So what else? What else is there? I'm struggling tonight to find topics. So if there's anybody out there with any questions, ask them. No question is daft if you don't know the answer. It's very, very simple. So, yeah, ask away. Got a lot of hope for the movement. I'm seeing wonderful people coming in, both homegrown and imports. I'm starting to see barriers going. I'm starting to see old misconceptions being challenged, which is always good. Not to go into the energy of, oh, that's rubbish, I'm just discounting that. But actually say, well, why do we do that? Why is it always that way? Why do we need to do this for that? And most importantly, the lowering of the barriers about what the other world can achieve with us. You take it, the other world is the sum total of everything and everybody everywhere that has ever lived. Now, when you think of it that way, can we not start to see how little our minds can be? How small we can be in the way that we interact with the other world? That's an interesting one. Yeah. Do we not see that? So, yeah, we have the ability to tap into the limitless. But we tend not to. Tend to, my favourite phrase, chicken out. A lovely example of this in one of my circles. Somebody brought through a connection, said, this man is your cousin, friend, brother, somebody you knew. Stop them, this is my wants. So what was the first thing you said? I said, cousin. I said, do you understand this person to be your cousin? Yes. I said, so stop chickening out. You got cousin, you said cousin. If they had said no to that, all you need to do is go back to the other world and sort out where you got it wrong. Stop chickening out. We do, we chicken out. We get something, we just, no, that's far too defined. Just skirt round it and turn it into something else. But we start working in that state of mind where we can just relax into the other world. Just let ourselves go. Really dig deep on that connection. we will see mediums again, as we used to. We will quite happily sit there and give out names and addresses and telephone numbers. In today's world, with email addresses, why not? Why not? You know, if we don't reach for something, we're never going to get there. If we reach for the stars and we only make it to the moon, isn't that wonderful? So, yeah, we want a resurgence. We want a dynamic back into spiritualism. We want honest talk, honest debates, honest feedback, honest understanding. Bring the honesty back, because without that, we're falling short. We're missing the mark somehow. It's not good enough. It really is not. This is the last packet of things. This is going to look cracking. This, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. That's enough. I won't sing anymore. So, hope you've enjoyed little bits and snippets of tonight. So it's been a little bit lacking the flow. It's really interesting as we're talking, I'm having thoughts shared to me. Just make me stop and think, and consider and ponder. So thank you for that. Yeah. We have access to the greatest thing ever. Yeah, we do not die. What bigger truth, what bigger thing do you want? Pain. We have unfettered access to that and more. Yep, there we go. Sit on the shelf. So annoying. Anyway, lovely, lovely people. Are we ready? I'm going to come down and play with it again. Get ready, so something drum roll please. Nice. Ooh. Oh yeah. Luckily, Jan, she's not interested in the tree. She's been down, looked at it and just walked away in disgust. So, hope you've enjoyed little ruminations of tonight. All in all, things are good. If we look for the good things, if we sit here looking for the negative stuff all the time, guess what? Guess what we find? So if we look for the good, if we look for the things that bring us joy, happiness, and others as well, you know, that's what we're going to find. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Do 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 do. Yes, it looks very Christmassy. Right. Monday I can do the rest of the church. Yay! I won't bore you with that one line. In the meantime, thank you everybody for joining in. Hope you've gotten something out of it. And I don't see you in person. I'll see you in the virtual world. I have a feeling I have a guest for the Lyceum next week. And I want to say Phil Dykes and Kerry McLeod. If it's not them, it's somebody. So, and I should be sat and focused on talking. But in the meantime, happy Christmas. Oh, it's really nice. Thank you, everybody.